every day there is a new track made by the players.
Nice. And so there is also that like server where can any player just kind of go in and be like, let me see what new creations people have today, and then rate them. So if that's your thing, if you're looking maybe for inspiration or just looking to try some wacky new tracks, that's a spot people can go.
That's why I do. I always go to this server like every day and try new maps, even if nobody is like pushing a map right now. There is always maps pushed earlier in the day, so there is always tracks to test and new tracks to test. It's really great.
Nice. And so if you get that, so you get your track in there, you get enough stars, get considered by the team, and you select them as a track of the day, then you know people are racing it. And there's some incentives for people to get on that track as well, right?
Yeah, every day there will be
parece que tá rolando já.
Competition on this new track at 7 p.m. CST, and this competition rewards with what we call trophies, and those trophies give you like a rank in a global rank in Trackmania. So every day you have to come, if you want to come to compete on this track, and then you earn trophies and get better in the game and rank up in the global ranking of the game.
Ah, nice. And speaking of competition, we are going to be seeing some of the top community racers take on this very track here in just a few moments, folks, in our next segment. Right now we're talking with Augustin about creation in Trackmania. And so far we focused on the map editor, the track creator that we're seeing in kind of a time-lapse fast forward here. But there's also other creative outlets. I mean, you can customize, for example, the livery on your car.
Yeah, what we call skins in Trackmania. So you can create any skin you want with what we call a skin painter, and you can share it really easily with the world, with the club. In just one click, you can find new skins that you like, and you can apply them or add them to your favorites. It's really changing game for Trackmania. It's never been so easy to change skin and discover new skins.
What's your approach here, Augustin? Do you like pick one you like and stick with it for months, or are you like switching it up every other day, mixing it up?
Yeah, I'm switching every day to a new skin. I just go to the list and see, oh, this one is nice, so let's apply it, and then I have my skin in the game. So every day I change skin.
Excellent. Yeah, it's so fun to see what people come up with, and I imagine this is also something for you. You know, these are the creation tools you use, your team use to create the tracks, the skins, etc. But you know, to a certain extent, you give the tools to the players, they're going to come back and surprise you.
Yeah, they're always like surprising us with really great new invention. I mean, they can create mods as well, game mods, so they're going to create new things every day, and every day it's blowing us.
And one of the things that I have really enjoyed, you know, even when not playing Trackmania, is seeing some of the like highlight reels people put together, because as we'll see a little bit later on, and as you folks who know Trackmania know very well, Trackmania tracks can get pretty wild, and the kind of precision, the like just like excellent slick like drift precision that people can display looks really cool, and you have some in-game tools to help people showcase that stuff.
Yeah, on every track you can
Bom,
save your replay.
e o play aí code pro The Division 2. Deixa eu... Vou resgatar aqui. Começou os jogos, né? Store. Ativar uma chave. Pegue aí quem tiver.
It's really great.
Well, there we have our completed track. Don't forget to save your tracks when you're creating them, folks. And we'll be taking a look at this. There's an autosave. Excellent. Yeah. Augustin, you put a lot of people's hearts at ease just then. We'll be taking a look at that track in action in just a few moments here. But Augustin, before I let you go, I wanted to touch base on just kind of, again, that community aspect of, you know, how do people find these creations? What's a great way, like, there's the club system that sort of allows people to connect to different clubs of friends, or maybe this club focuses on certain types of races, and et cetera, et cetera. Just give us an idea of how people are going to share these creations and discover people's creations.
Yeah, so in the game there is what we call clubs, and you can create or join any clubs you want.
Tem que ser ligeiro aí pra pegar.
with friends, for example, or just a streaming community with and within those clubs you can share skins, you can share maps, you can create what we call a campaign, which is the same tool we're using to create our own campaigns with 25 maps. And you can create also events, so people can gather around and use the same skin, for example, have a club tag and compete within each other on leaderboards and share everything they can. Also
Caraca, os caras estão digitando aqui que nem...
Well, it sounds like there's lots
Ah,
of tools for
porra, esse maluco ninja aqui pra pegar o código.
in addition to just
G4
racing and trying to beat the tires off of each other.
Yeah.
Olha!
Excellent. Augustin, thank you so much for joining us to talk a little bit more about Trackmania. Folks, remember Trackmania is available now.
Caraca, não consigo pegar.
Play it for free on the Epic Games Store and on Uplay. Augustin, thank you for joining us and congrats.
Thank you.
All right, folks, we've got some competitive play coming up here just shortly, but first, another schedule reminder of the order of events today. Our Trackmania showcase continues until about 11:30 Pacific time. Then it's the UBISOFT pre-show. We'll be taking a look at
pegar, velho.
in Ghost Recon Breakpoint, getting updates for the crew too, hearing from Trials Rising about a special new track for fans who like long rides, and a bunch more. Then at noon Pacific time, it's the main event, UBISOFT Forward, with Watch Dogs Legion, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and more from Ubisoft's upcoming lineup of games. Stick around immediately following the show for a deeper look at Assassin's Creed Valhalla. And for now,
just take the easy pick and go with Shorty since he won that round.
there he is. He's there, top of the pops right there.
Yeah.
And keen-eyed viewers will note this is the track we just saw being created, and actually the fifth place player I think in that round is the one who made it. So, Tona,
Yeah.
you can step it up. I believe in you.
Probably to win at least one round.
I believe it. I believe it. So as we watch them compete, I wanted to talk to you a little bit more about, you know, how people kind of like take on new competitive challenges in Trackmania. Because, you know, right from the get-go, you start playing, there's the inherent competition of racing. You're trying to get a better medal, a faster time, and maybe you're racing against your friends. But what are some of the other ways people can kind of get into that broader competitive scene?
Basically, what we try to do is to design features that will be good for any kind of level you have on Trackmania, whether you're a professional player or just someone that wants to discover the game and get better each day. So you'll have a lot of new ways to train and get better at the game, gaining more medals.
Esse maluco digita muito rápido, pelo amor de Deus.
Of the official campaign, which is a great achievement already. You'll be able to play against VIPs, ghosts, which means that you'll be able to compete against yourself or against your favorite streamer, against your friends. Yeah, quite a lot of possibilities to get better at Trackmania.
Nice. So I like the streamer touch because then, you know, if you're watching them in the chat, say like you can kind of see when they've laid down the time and then go take yourself to the track and see how stack up.
That's good. Like that's a feature we love at the studio because you can compare yourself against someone you would love to play against and maybe beat him and be happy with that.
Excellent. Shout out to Tona who did take that second win on the track of his own creation. Nicely done. So we're on to a new track here, and see that's the kind of move that I'm flying out over Oblivion.
We all did. You do get sometimes to get used to those new way of
Não pega nem fudendo, velho.
Yeah, and so these folks have played a little bit already, but in terms of what they're seeing, what competitive players are seeing in Trackmania, what's kind of some stuff that's going to be a little bit, oh my goodness, no way.
That's scary. It's okay, that's only the warm-up.
It's
so
only the warm-up.
Yeah.
No wonder they're sending it. No wonder.
Yeah.
You know, in terms of like, okay, so you've done your sort of like, you've done your solo competition. You want to like maybe compete with players on a broader scale, seek out folks who race around the same time as you. Like, what are some good ways to do that?
Well, what we have currently on the game will be daily cups, which is something completely new for Trackmania, where you'll be able to compete against every player in the world which wants to participate. every day at 7 p.m. European time, and basically you'll be able to see how good you are on the track of the day and compete against everyone in the world and see how good you are against each other. Then obviously you have the Nations League, which will happen each week, where you'll be able to represent your country and see which country is the best basically each week on the game. And then the Open Grand League, which is a great way to feel the pressure of the professional players, because you'll be playing on the same maps and the same format as the Grand League. So you'll be basically living the experience of a professional player by playing the Grand League, and maybe if you get good, maybe at
Eles
some point
travaram
you'll be
aqui.
joining the Grand League and play against the 16 best players in the world.
Oh my goodness. Well, we see Grand League plastered all over this track here.
Yeah.
That's the sort of highest level of Trackmania esports.
It is basically what we have on the Grand League is the 16 best players in the world. We cannot have anyone better than them, and we just put them on a special format that we designed, where everything is possible until the end and the last second of the last track. So it's really great to see, and we're excited for the next season, which will start on September.
Nice. So in September, more Grand League action coming your way. But, you know, there's a lot of competitive space in between the tippy-tip top for you to get involved. And is that something that, you know, in terms of like, I just booted up Trackmania, I've raced a little bit. Is that going to be easy for players to find? What's the way to get into that?
Yeah, you'll have an in-game menu which is called Events, and basically you'll be able to check out the events you want to play maybe during the week, and it will be also easy for the people to create events through the clubs, where you'll basically be able to create an event in less than 2 minutes and decide which map you want to have, which kind of format. So we made everything easier for everyone on Trackmania.
Nice. So that can even be just you creating the events to play with your friends or your classmates or whatever else. Yeah. Nice. And so these clubs, this is kind of a way, like, clubs are also a way that people can get into, you know, finding people who, you know, like to race at the same time again, or, you know, are friends or are connected through different ways. And the clubs can be kind of any size, right?
Yeah, you can have a club which is completely private and where you play only with your friends or your roommates, classmates, or you can just have a public club which is available and joinable by everyone, and just have fun with a lot of people doing a lot of events and organizing a lot of content.
And maybe just a club that focuses on huge jumps, like the one we just saw there.
Like we see, only jump maps, and that will be quite great, I would say. Quite fun also.
This is a pretty close match.
Actually
the
we have
top
a
leader only has a
great
few points ahead, so I like it. Thanks for recruiting these folks into the action here to give us a look at
Caraca,
some real.
não consegui pegar esses códigos aqui,
we can see
bicho.
how good they are by their drifts and how well they know the map, obviously, since they've been playing the All-Star for, I think, a bit more than two or 3 months now. So they're getting used to the game, and they're playing really good compared to what we do.
I wish I had watched them play before our session earlier. But that's all right. For the future,
you can play against the Ghost if you want to learn them up, actually.
That's true. Although, you know, can you really learn from a Ghost if it just screams out ahead of you so fast?
Yeah.
You can't even see it?
Just try to follow it.
I'll work my way up. So these community events, this kind of this stuff that is organized through clubs, so it's organized through clubs, which is kind of organic, and players all around the world can make that happen. But you at Nadeo are also sort of curating stuff and experiences and events for players to get into.
Yeah, what we try to do is to have a mix of community events, where basically we have players organizing events. That's something that is there for more than 14 years now on Trackmania, so we love to see that. We love to see community creating content on our game. We also organize ourselves our events through the Grand League, the Daily Cups, the Nations League, and things like that. So it's kind of a mix of trying to get content for every kind of players, and also a way to be able to create content and events, whether you're a great player or just want to have fun with your friends.
Nice. Wow. The time separating the top finishes.
That's really great, and that's really fast.
Is very, very tight here as we move on to, I believe, our 4th and final map of this competitive section.
And it's still really close.
All right, folks, it's down to the wire. Omar, still believing in your racer Shorty out there?
Yeah, I think he's first. So,
I mean, yeah,
still
came in
confident.
first that race.
Yeah, and that's a great map.
Ah, não tem como pegar, é muito rápido.
Might be someone taking Shorty.
Do you like that kind of map where, I mean, it's exciting, right? Because like
Yeah,
dramatic stuff can happen, but also it's a little scary. Like you can just fly off the track and like, well,
lose everything.
It's all gone.
You can go from first to last.
Não pega nem
one
fudendo.
mistake and one short mistake. So that's pretty exciting for the spectators. It's not that fun for the players, obviously, because you don't want to lose everything on one turn. But yeah, that's how you handle pressure on Trackmania.
Yeah, you know, at some point, like, fun becomes like, oh, it's the thrill. You know, you're risking a lot more for the bigger payoff, right?
Yeah.
What do you call this kind of road surface here that's like a hill in the middle? I was trying to figure this out earlier.
Actually, we do have a name, but I don't like to use it. I just let people call it as they want. I'm calling it a different way in French, obviously.
Oh, sure, of course, yeah.
Basically, everyone can name the road as they want, and there's many ways to say like select the road we are seeing right now.
The language of racing.
Yeah.
It takes many forms.
Yeah.
All right, so we're watching the competition play out here. Once people, you know, Trackmania is out now, free to download and play. What would you recommend in terms of like, okay, I just want to get into the competition against other folks. I want to challenge myself right out of the gate. What's the best way to get that started?
To be quite honest, the best thing will be to play the daily cap, because you'll be facing players from all around the world on a track that is known only each day. So the track of the day map. So you'll be able to see how good you are against other people, and you can do that every day, so you can maybe see your progression on the whole week, and maybe at the end of the week you'll be able to beat people that you wouldn't even think about on the early state of the week.
I like that. I like that kind of like, because you know, a lot about kind of competition is that progression and, you know, the sense of moving up in the rankings, but also of, oh, like this person is always the one who I see a few places ahead of me. Like you're chasing them.
Yeah.
You want to track them down. Now this is our last race. Is that right?
Yeah, last round, and Shorty is second. So I have some pressure, to be quite honest.
The pressure is on. They're coming around these like not quite slalom, but he's in there. Oh,
yeah.
Yep, coming up around this big, it's like S turn.
He's still first. I believe in him.
He can feel the positive vibes coming from you.
You can see the slow motion vlog there. It's quite fun also to watch. And he's finishing first. Great.
There he goes.
I got it.
It looks like Omar back to right racer.
Shorty
coming
coming
to victory. And Omar, thank you so much for talking
now
about
to warm up, we have 30 minutes of this from the games you're already playing, like Cosmical Breakpoint, Trials Rising, and Dirt Route, as well as some exclusive behind the scenes
all the players we had, because they
so let's
help
kick
us
off this
truly
pre-show
make
with
the
an
game better,
update from Just Dance
and we're pretty
2020.
happy with what Trackmania we have right now. So yeah, just play Trackmania, it's free, and have fun on it. I'm pretty sure we'll have, and yeah, that's it.
All right, Omar, thank you so much. Trackmania, folks, it's out now on Epic Game Store and Uplay. Go ahead and download it. Get in there and get racing. Now, our time with Trackmania is coming to a close, and it's on to the next show. UBISOFT Forward pre-show is starting momentarily. We're going to take a look at Ghost Recon Breakpoint, The Crew 2, Trials Rising, new stuff coming from all these games. You're not going to want to miss it. And then, when the countdown timer hits 0, it's UBISOFT Forward, the big showcase of the latest and greatest upcoming games from Ubisoft, followed by an in-depth look at Assassin's Creed Valhalla. We got a lot more in store for you, so let's go ahead and throw it over to Kat.
Thank you, Chris, and hello everyone, and welcome to the Ubisoft Forward pre-show. The main event will be starting in just 30 minutes and will feature news from our unreleased games, including Watch Dogs Legion, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Hyperscape, and more.
Now to warm up, we have 30 minutes of this from the games you're already playing, like cool swag, head over to the Just Dance website for all the details. As well as some exclusive behind the scenes, we have something a little different than what we usually do. So let's kick off this pre-show with an update from Ubisoft created the Ubisoft Entrepreneurs Lab and the Open Innovation Accelerator. This allowed us to create partnerships and synergies with indie studios from across the industry.
And since so many industry events were canceled this year, We wanted to showcase several indie projects and teams that Ubisoft has been collaborating with over the past few years.
Our first indie showcase is developer Machine and Mensch, who is working on the Curious Expedition 2. Let's hear more from the team behind the game.
Hi, my name is Masha and I'm a game designer at Machine Mensch. Machine Mensch is a small and diverse indie Masha and I'm a game designer at Machine Mensch. Machine Mensch is a small and diverse indie game studio with 8 wonderful employees based here in Berlin. Our connection with Ubisoft came through a program dedicated to create evergreen relationships with independent developers, to talk about and share expertise and knowledge. We work together in mutual respect, which we much appreciated.
We're working on the Curious Expedition 2, which is the sequel to our expedition simulation game. This time, the game is set in Paris in 1899 during the World Expo when the Eiffel Tower was built. But more importantly, you will be traveling to these mysterious islands. You will be interacting with unknown
If you're a
tribes.
Just Dance fan
fight
and want to win
dangerous
some
skis,
cool swag,
find
head
many
over to the
secrets.
Just Dance website for all the details.
Thanks to our
For
procedural
our next
technology,
segment,
every time
we have
you
something
play,
a
it's a
little
new world,
different
new
than what we
characters,
usually do.
and a new storyline.
A few years
that
ago,
crucial to
Ubisoft
each of
created
your
the Ubisoft
interactions
Entrepreneurs
until it
Lab and
becomes
the
really your
Open
own unique
Innovation
adventure.
Accelerator. This allowed us to create partnerships and synergies with indie studios from across the industry.
And since so many industry events were canceled this year,
And we will have more
indie teams that Ubisoft has been collaborating with over the past few years.
A while ago,
Our first indie showcase is developer Machine and Mensch, who is working on the Curious Expedition 2.
about making
Let's hear more from the team behind the
video
game.
games called Banquet.
Hi, my name is Masha and I'm a game
A
designer.
restaurant studio like creates a small design for the game. Now let's head behind the scenes.
Came through a program dedicated to create evergreen relationships with independent developers.
All
To
my
talk
plans
about
at
and share
the front of
expertise
my
and
office.
knowledge.
I'm starting to
We work
understand.
together in
I should
mutual
keep all my awards at the front of my
So
office.
Mythic Quest
Entirely empty.
is Ubisoft's first live-action comedy. The whole show is about a team that is developing a super successful MMORPG, and it's about all the people within the game development team and their relationships and what they go through in creating one of the world's most successful games.
All right. Incredible.
Thank you.
But are we sure that we're finished?
When we heard about what was going on, we weren't really sure if we were a great fit because we've always made shooters realistic. And we listened to the pitch and we were super excited about the idea. So we thought, all right, what does Ubisoft have that we could channel to fit this?
You're fucking me.
Yes.
You're fucking me. But I'm not enjoying it. It's for the game.
We started on the project. I think we imagined we would just make video clips that would run on screens in the background or something, so it would feel like a real game studio. But once we saw the script, once we started collaborating with the team, we realized, oh, they want a game, like an actual game. Of course, making an actual game would take years.
Tentar logar aqui com a conta da Ubisoft.
What they really needed for certain scenes. And from there, it was not long before we said, what if we make this actually playable? What if we make it so you can connect a controller and control the characters? And so that's what we ended up doing.
The thing that I love most is the shovel. Exploding people's heads with this thing is straight fire. Punch, man.
We had requests to do things like make a contagious viral disease in which people...
Cara, a página da Ubisoft, depois do... A hora que eles colocaram pra logar aí, tá dando erro. Deve ter uma galera logando, né?
We set it up in such a way that you could trigger it in stages because we didn't know what the timing was going to be. The idea was you could hit it and it could control the timing of when things are happening. So the next time you hit it, you start puking out blood. And at this point, we would probably have the camera start panning back like this. And then you can hit the button again and you can see the blood ocean itself has started coming in. And so now they're all bleeding out of the back end as well. And then the final is just everybody exploding in bloody gore. And then this was Keith's idea. He wanted the skulls coming up and bobbing up and down in water, so.
Yeah. Releasing a disease in the game right before the game, right before the pandemic was not a great look.
Today was the first time we showed Mythic Quest Raven's Banquet to an audience. I've never seen it with more than 6 or 7 people in a room. And so I wanted to make sure that we gave them an opportunity to hopefully recognize that this is a giant love letter to them, to the industry itself.
I was a little nervous, I gotta be honest. I thought it was gonna be a little cringy, but it was fantastic.
I thought there was a lot of truth and in the humor.
It's about time that we had a show about our industry.
Tô tentando logar aqui faz 10 minutos na conta da Ubi e não consigo.
Alright, so if you have not yet seen it, the first season of Mythic Quest Raven's Banquet is available right now on Apple TV Plus, and a full version of this movie will be coming out over the next few days. Alright, now it is time to fasten your seatbelts and start your engines as we head out to Lyon, France to visit our team at Ubisoft Ivory Tower to get an update on the group.
Hi everyone, and welcome to the Crew 2 at UBISOFT FOWARD. My name is James Reese, I'm a community developer here at Ivory Tower, and I'll be your host for this quick glimpse into all the exciting things we have going on over the next few weeks. It's been 2 years already, 6 major updates and hundreds of vehicles under our belt. And our latest update, Summer in Hollywood, only went live a few days ago. Let's have a look. For you to get your hands on what's coming. There have been a few speed bumps along the way, but over the past 2 years, you, the community, have made the Crew 2 a motorsports playground where all players are welcome and where anything is possible. So thank you to the Crew's social, exchange, Discord, Reddit, and all of our players. We've got a little something for you in-game to show our appreciation. It's the 67 Volkswagen Beetle, so let's see what kind of Hollywood twist you can put on it. That's it from me. There'll be more news dropping over summer, so keep your eyes peeled, starting with this.
The Crow.
In case you missed it, make sure to boot up the game right now to unlock the amazing 69 Volkswagen Beetle that was just shown in the video, and stay tuned in the near future for more info about the 3 of the Crew 2. Our next video is from our second indie guest, Bossa Studios, who will be injecting a delirious dose of fun with Surgeon Simulator 2. Enjoy!
Hi, I'm Nick from Bossa Studios, and I'm a senior game designer in the upcoming Surgeon Simulator 2. So at Bossa, we're always keen to share game development knowledge, and Ubisoft has been a fantastic partner in this. They deliver lectures on procedural content development and player science. And in turn, we shared with them the ideation processes that we use to develop initial ideas into living, breathing games. Which brings me on to Surgeon Simulator 2. We've really doubled down on the physics-based pandemonium that the series is notorious for. And we've pretty much expanded on every other aspect of the game as well. So this time around, you're no longer just a floating hand confined to the operating table. You're actually a full first-person surgeon with an entire medical facility to explore. And in addition to the levels that you'll find in story mode, you'll now be able to create your own unique levels and experiences using Bossa Labs creation mode. So it's a really easy to use, intuitive set of tools that allows players to create either on their own or in online multiplayer with up to 3 friends. Everything players create can then be uploaded and shared with the community, and here surgery really is just the tip of the iceberg. During our close really easy to use, intuitive set of tools that allows players to create either on their own or in online multiplayer with up to 3 friends. Everything players create can then be uploaded and shared with the community, and here surgery really is just the tip of the iceberg. During our close alpha period, we've seen players create all sorts of amazing stuff, from bowling alleys to space stations, pirate ships to horror-themed escape rooms, and this is before the game is even released. So we absolutely cannot wait to see what players create when we launch the game this coming August. And in fact, if you pre-order Surgeon Simulator 2, you can receive exclusive closed beta access.
So for those of you who are just joining us, you are watching the pre-show, and UBISOFT Forward will start once the countdown on your screen reaches 0. And make sure you log into Uplay to unlock rewards as you watch the main event. But now, our next segment is about an Easter egg in the Division 2, so let's go behind the scenes with the devs from Ubisoft Massive Studio in Malmo, Sweden to find out more.
Caiu o play, caiu
Running through
tudo.
collapsed buildings, climbing over fallen debris, and encountering makeshift living spaces is common for players in the Division 2. Within its post-pandemic environment, many players have spotted something a bit more unusual, which has left them asking, what's up with all of these rubber ducks?
So there's a thing in programming especially where you talk to a rubber duck, and it's a way to solve your problems. If you talk to a rubber duck and just say things out loud, it helps. One of our artists decided to take this to another level, and he used the rubber duck scaled up to like a ginormous scale and put it in the level just to remind him to do something, and it sat there for a while, and the rest of us kind of really loved this giant rubber duck sitting there for so long. We decided to put a little memorials to it across the world. What started off with little memorials, and then we started adding stories to them. So there's one where these two ducks are sitting on a bench having a date together, and there's another one somewhere where he's sitting with an umbrella hiding from the rain. The idea of the ducks is similar to the rest of our storytelling, where we're trying to add some hope into the world, because you're coming in as a division agent to try and save what you can and rebuild, but you need to know there's something there to save. So having bits of happiness lets you know like it's still worth.
What our community is, they come together, they find a common thing that they want to develop or find or get unlocked, and they just put time and effort into it.
We don't put them in easy to find places. So that means players are genuinely, hopefully enjoying just exploring the environment and finding all these little Easter eggs we've hidden around. And also not the Easter eggs, just the main part of the game and all the storytelling we put into it. I haven't found all of them. I don't know exactly how many there are, but they haven't found all of the ducks yet.
Encouraged by the community's response to the ducks, developers recently hid another secret in the game and made it the focal point of an all-new community challenge.
We actually put Tommy the teddy bear into the game. So Tommy the teddy bear is a trauma teddy mentioned in a lot of lore, but the bear itself actually was not in the game. With episode 3, we put a bunch of them into the world, actually opened up Easter egg hunt for him specifically.
It's a nice little exciting moment when you kind of open Reddit and you see someone's found the thing that you kind of just snuck in under the radar and no one really knows about it. And some of the players are really clever. There's some hard Easter eggs that some of the level designers and gameplay designers have put in, and people have managed to solve it with no help whatsoever. Gamers are smart.
So now that you know, be on the lookout for both the ducks and teddy bears next time you boot up the Division 2. We now have our final indie guest, Thunder Lotus Games, who were the 2017 winner of the indie series that took place in Montreal. So let's find out more about the beautiful coziness of Spiritfarer in this next video.
Hey everybody, I'm Rodrigue, marketeer at Thunder Lotus. We're an indie studio based out of Montreal, Canada, and makers of the games Jotun, Sundered, and our new game Spiritfarer, which is due out later this year. For the past 6 years, we've tried to make AAA quality games with a hand-drawn indie heart. Hitting a quality standard consistently in game dev is a huge challenge. There's so much trial and error on the path, and during the Sundered production, we were lucky enough to have the Ubisoft Entrepreneurs Program in our corner to help us reach our goals. As co-winners of the Ubisoft Indie Series in 2017, we received not only generous funding, but also crucial mentorship and access to the Ubisoft testing facilities. So we're grateful to Ubisoft for their support and helping us make what would become our biggest success to date. We've taken that experience with us onto what is our most ambitious production yet, and that's Spiritfarer, which we're calling a cozy management game about dying. In Spiritfarer, you play Stella, the newly appointed ferry master to the deceased. And as Stella, you're going to build a boat, you're going to explore the world in search of spirit passengers seeking passage to the afterlife. You're going to spend relaxing quality time with them, you're going to create lasting memories, but ultimately you're going to have to learn how to say goodbye to your cherished friends. It's a game that's near and dear to our hearts, and it's something really special. We can't wait to share it with the world later this year. So look for it soon on PC, on Xbox One, PS4, Nintendo Switch, and Xbox Game Pass. Thanks a lot, and cheers.
It is time for an update on our favorite motorcycle platformer with the insanity, pain, and triumph we all know and we all love. Trials Rising came
Tá
out
dando erro até na hora de logar aqui no Uplay. Ubisoft. Ubisoft.
Hi, we're here today to introduce you to an exciting new endurance challenge coming to Trials Rising. But to make sure that we respect social distancing guidelines, Auntie and I decided...
Fire the goose now!
What? Fire the goose?
Fire
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Gigatrack.
Tem 5 minutos aí pra começar o evento, hein?
Far from a remake of the classic track from Trials Evolution, this is an all-new journey across the world of Trials Rising. in by far the longest track that we've ever put in a trial.
Did you tell him it's the longest track ever?
Yeah, I'm telling them that.
By far the longest track we've ever put in a Trials game. The Giga Track will take you across many different environments, from the iconic...
Caraca. Alguém conseguiu pegar aí os jogos? Alguém conseguiu logar no serviço, não tá nem logando, cara. Que bosta. É o... Fazendo jus aí ao UBISOFT, né? Apelido carinhoso que os jogadores dão pra empresa. Baixar um pouco aqui o áudio.
Giga Track will be available for free to all Trials Rising players when it releases this Thursday.
You heard that right, the Giga Track is coming to the game and it will be the longest, most insane track in Trials history, and it will be free for all Trials Rising players. Now for our last game update, the Ghost Recon Breakpoint team is ready to share some details on their upcoming update. AI teammates are coming to the game. Let's have a look at the trailer.
Ghost Recon Breakpoint. Será que arrumaram esse jogo?
Ghost Recon Breakpoint. And for all solo players, they're going to be a game changer. Available at any point after you have reached Erewhon for the first time, Fury, Fixit, and Vasily can be activated or dismissed at will. And from the beginning, you will be able to fully customize them. This customization includes all of the physical attributes, as well as gear, equipment, or even full costumes.
Ela tá falando aqui sobre dos jogadores que jogam solo o Breakpoint. Vão ter alguns players aqui, NPCs para ajudar. Você vai conseguir customizar, né, esses NPCs aqui de acordo com o que você acha que faz sentido para a missão que você vai fazer. Acho que é uma tentativa aqui de tentar popularizar novamente o jogo, né? Eu achei bem zoado esse Breakpoint. Joguei o beta dele e odiei, cara.
These orders can be given at any time, even through your binoculars and drone. Once they approach potential threats, the teammates will notify you and mark them automatically. With a good look at your enemies, you will be able to set up a sync shot where each of your teammates picks a target. You can even link it to your 3 sync shot drones for a simultaneous 7-target takedown. The teammates have weapons equipped at all times, a versatile assault rifle to accommodate all situations, and a primary weapon that you will be able to fine-tune. Indeed, apart from mark upgrades and passive bonuses, the full gunsmith is accessible to your teammates, and their weapon of choice will have a direct effect on the battleground. Depending on the type of weapon they have equipped, the teammates will adapt their engagement distance and rate of fire, from close-distance shotgun wielding all the way to long-distance sniper shots. Of course, if you get taken down, your teammates' priority will be to try and rescue you. To achieve that, they will first focus their fire on the surrounding enemies before getting to you. And they will expect the same from you, especially as you will be able to carry them to safety if the situation requires it. Finally, the teammates will also be your best allies in any vehicle, especially on the road and during high-stake pursuits. The teammates will be available for all solo Ghost Recon Breakpoint players on July 15th, and we cannot wait to see your reactions. We'll see you on the battlefield, Ghosts.
É uma tentativa de tentar reviver esse jogo, né? Bom, vamos ver aí.
Hey Ghosts, I'm Grace from the Ghost Recon team. As you've just seen, the AI teammates are finally landing in Ghost Recon Breakpoint with our next major update on July 15th. Alongside the AI teammates, this update comes with a ton of new content, including a gunsmith upgrade, new PvP content, quality of life updates, and more. You will be able to try it all during our next free weekend from July 16th to July 20th. But that's not all. We've got one last thing to show you. Enjoy, and we'll see you on Aroa, Ghosts.
To anyone listening, this is Haruhito speaking for the outcasts.
Aqui é o novo game.
We stand against Sentinel's illegal occupation of Aroa. We call on all of Aroa to join us. Separated, Sentinel wins. But united, we cannot be defeated.
Style messaging over the last few weeks across London are not the work of several people as was originally believed, but the work of an individual. The criminal suspected to have links with the terrorist group.
Ah, Watch Dogs Legion. Ah, um novo Watch Dogs, caraca. Watch Dogs Legion. Oh. O gráfico tá bonito, pelo menos, hein? Caraca, tá bem realista, velho. Então, começou o evento aqui com o Watch Dogs Legion, né? Eu só queria pegar o 2, mas não tô conseguindo logar. Caraca, o gráfico tá bem da hora, velho. Se for esse o gráfico mesmo. Se estiver sendo renderizado, né, em time, em game, velho. Caraca, tá bem louco o gráfico, bicho. Eu joguei o Watch Dogs, o primeiro só, o 2 eu não joguei. É um jogo que eu acho que precisa aí dar um gás, né? Precisa mexer alguma coisa nele para poder fazer sucesso. Veio muito bugado os dois primeiros. Então, bom, que jogo da Ubisoft não vem bugado, né? Mas, cara, mas esse aqui tá bem da hora, assim. O gráfico dele tá muito louco, cara. Parece um filme, velho. Olha isso, parece de verdade. Sinistro.
Welcome to the Resistance. There's a welcome gift for our new members. You could have told me it was a bloody costume party.
David Ford, a 43-year-old London taxi driver. He has no criminal record, but is currently believed.
Bom, é em Londres que vai se passar, né? É um taxista aí. O personagem principal é um taxista. Reclaim Your Future. É isso, não é um jogo, é um filme essa merda?
I'm Clint Hawking.
Here at UBISOFT, and now he's bringing this vision to Watch Dogs Legion.
So yeah, what we just saw was an amazing short film by the director Alberto Mielgo that was inspired by Watch Dogs Legion and looks at the game and the universe and the characters through his incredible artistic
é um jogo mesmo.
style.
City needs a resistance.
Like the film, Watch Dogs Legion tells the story of ordinary heroes setting aside their differences in order to come together as a collective and to fight for a positive change.
Ah, não, aquilo lá... Esse é de verdade o gráfico do jogo. Esses caras fizeram um filme, vão fazer um filme do jogo. Cara, lembra bastante o universo de Cyberpunk, né? Mas, obviamente, aqui com uma... provavelmente uma pegada menos polida.
Please, think more underground.
You with Albion? I'm tickled, but think more underground. What, DedSec? Yeah, right, and I'm Che Guevara. You done?
And they make the story not only, unique to them, but unique to you as the player and personal to you because they're, heroes that you've chosen and invested in. What would I say to fans? I guess I'd say, take care of yourselves, stay safe. Welcome to the Resistance.
Agora é o jogo mesmo, é a apresentação do trailer, né? É, o gráfico tá bonito, tá bem bonito. O jogo se passa em Londres, olha, Westminster, a catedral. St. Patrick's, a igreja ali de São Patrício. Caraca, loucura, hein?
With London under attack by a mysterious terrorist, the government turns to a private military company called Albion to keep everyone safe. What could possibly go wrong?
A Albion aí vai ser a agência, né, responsável por deter um terrorista que está atacando a cidade. O personagem principal ali é o cara da Albion, né, é o detetive aí.
He will stop at nothing to permanently control the city.
London will be the first city in the world to be made truly safe.
Nigel's not the only opportunist who's taken a liking to this fair city. Meet Mary Kelly, head of the most powerful crime syndicate in London.
Mary Kelly é um outro personagem aí do jogo. Aqui ela usa a Dark Web para vender todas as coisas ilegais conhecidas, drogas, armas, enfim.
You do not want to ruffle her feathers. With the city out on its arse, it now falls on you to build a resistance and take back London.
Então a ideia aqui é você criar uma resistência, um grupo de resistência e tomar a cidade novamente. Você vai conseguir recrutar pessoas na rua para o seu time. Todos eles poderão ser utilizados como sua arma secreta. Tower of London. Puta, esse lugar é muito louco. Então vai ser a sua base. Terão habilidades únicas cada um que se recrutar para o teu time. Então, novamente aí você vai conseguir jogar com personagens diferentes, você vai conseguir hackear aí, né, tudo que for eletrônico, como nos outros jogos. Ah, que da hora! Isso é da hora, hein? Uma arma de agulha. Uma arma de prego, na verdade, né? Agulha não prego. Ah, bem da hora esse jogo. Esse eu volto a jogar. Aproveitar que o 2 vai estar de graça aí. Vamos ver se consigo logar, né? Tentar voltar a jogar Watch Dogs. Eu gostei do primeiro, mas vamos ver se esse segundo aqui vai ser tão... Esse terceiro aqui, que é o Legion, vai ser legal que nem o primeiro. O gráfico parece bem legal. Ó, que da hora!
A drone
Caraca!
have the unique ability to summon their own drone. This little darling is fast and stealthy.
She aimed, she fired, she hit.
I'm reading incoming drones.
She can also hack enemy drones, turning the tide in her favor.
Você vai conseguir hackear. Eu me lembrei um pouco do Batman, Arkham Knight, esses drones, né? Você conseguia hackear e tal. Lembrou bastante inspiração no Arkham Knight para esses drones aí. Vai ser parte principal do game, pelo que eu entendi. Então cada personagem vai ser utilizado para um tipo de missão. E cada um vão ter habilidades únicas, né? Provavelmente o gameplay vai ser bem dinâmico.
Criminals running our streets, illegals threatening our families, the police commissioner himself, assassinated by terrorists.
Well, that seems to be enough evidence. Next up, we're crashing Mary Kelly's organ farming operation and putting a stop to it.
That's good. The buyers expect high quality stuff.
And we need a hard nut for this.
Impairing our frontal lobe again, are we?
Bags, don't disturb me in my natural habitat.
Say hello to Mickey. The man lives for his team.
That put another hair on my chest.
And doesn't mind getting his hands dirty.
Nossa, achei zoado o combate.
He does have a slight drinking problem, though. And he's passed out. We'll come back to him. You know what? Let's go with someone a bit more professional.
Esse personagem aí parece ter habilidades de stealth, né? Um Hitman mesmo, né? Um agente e tal. É legal o combate dele.
Some might even call him an artist. Here's the bastard responsible. Done and dusted.
Not bad if I do say so, innit?
Not everyone in London is a legendary assassin or a super spy, but everyone can be a hero. So get out there, find the best recruits, and build your resistance. It's time to take back London.
Bom, esse foi o Watch Dogs Legion com data 29 de outubro de 2020.
Plunging the player into a living, breathing
Bem legal, eu gostei.
with unique locales and characters has always been a central pillar of the Watch Dogs series.
Achei
What goes into building those worlds?
promissor
Here's
aí,
Amanda
né?
Mutt to tell us more.
Vamos ver.
My name's Amanda Munt. I'm a level artist on Watch Dogs Legion at UBISOFT Toronto. Being a level artist, I think, is the coolest job in video games because we do get the freedom to kind of like
Achei legal
pick and
também que
choose
o
what little details we want to depict, and we get ample opportunities to tell the stories that we want to tell.
bem numa pegada do Cyberpunk o universo, né? A arte me pareceu, lembrou bastante Cyberpunk.
Small little Easter eggs. In AC Unity, there was a boat somewhere in the world that was covered in cats. And then it happened again in Watch Dogs 2, and there may or may not be something in London that is a boat filled with cats in some capacity. So. I was fortunate enough to go to E3 last year. Some of the people that I was showing our demo to were from London, so no matter where I dropped them in the city, they would go, "Oh my God, this feels like Camden. This, this feels like Southwark. This feels like Westminster."
Westminster.
When people are talking about
London
some
Eye.
detail that I've put into the world and they're excited about it, like that feels so good as somebody who, builds these worlds with care. I love it.
Bacana. Watch Dogs Legion. Aqui vai falar um pouco do Brawlhalla.
And now some news for Brawlhalla fans. In just a few weeks, you'll be able to battle it out with your favorite legends on iOS and Android devices.
É um jogo aí de mobile, né? Faz bastante sucesso no mobile. As empresas investindo bastante no mobile.
3, 2, 1, brawl!
Aí vai ter crossplay com todo mundo. Agosto, 6 de agosto. Brawlhalla para os mobiles.
And now, whether you need a Tom Clancy action fix on the go, or want to dive back into one of the most beloved fantasy franchises in gaming, we've got you covered.
Vamos ver aqui. Qual a próxima franquia? Uma das franquias preferidas. Might and Magic. Era of Chaos. Uma expansão para o Might and Magic. Outro jogo de mobile. Enquanto o evento tá bem zoado, né? Bosta de evento, cara. Esse aí o que é? Elite Squad. É o Didi. Ó o Bop. Mina do Bop. Caveira. É mais um jogo tentando roubar um pouco do público do Overwatch, parece, né? Parece um Overwatch misturado com Rainbow Six aqui. Rainbow Six com Overwatch. Lembrei um pouco da arte do Team Fortress 2 também.
Get back in yourself! Hey, take this.
Don't make me regret this.
É, Tom Clancy's também. Elite Squad. Parece um jogo multiplayer parecido com Overwatch, Valorant, enfim, esses jogos aí novos, com as polícias do Tom Clancy's aí, armamento, enfim. Os jogos são famosos da série Tom Clancy's, né, por conta do armamento e da fidelidade aos itens de verdade. Então Tom Clancy's tem bastante disso nos jogos.
In December 2015, a small team released Rainbow Six Siege.
Rainbow
A
Six
game built on a strong vision, creativity, competitiveness, and team play.
Pour le joueur, le 1er décembre, c'est un début, mais pour nous aussi. Il faut tout de suite s'engager et dire aux joueurs, ce jeu est installé, tu peux t'y installer aussi, et nous serons là.
That original vision was quickly adopted by our passionate community, propelling it to a whole new level.
I got it! This is such a special moment, and being at 1 year anniversary of Rainbow Six now, game being stronger than ever, more players today than we had in the past, it means the world to us.
But we also had our share of challenges.
Health that touches upon subjects like matchmaking, connectivity, all those aspects are absolutely critical to the experience of the player.
Through it all, we're always driven by you, our community, and together, we grow stronger.
There is no sequel plan, and we're here for the next 10 years, so expect more Rainbow Six in your life for quite some time.
Tentar pegar o jogo de novo aqui, vai.
Tous les succès, c'est vraiment le résultat de autant de nous que de vous. Ce jeu, il est autant le vôtre qu'il est le nôtre, nous, l'équipe de développement.
Now 60 million players strong, we're just getting started. From the devs that build the game to the community that plays it, thank you.
Teaserzinho. Cara, não vai ter nada do Beyond Good and Evil.
Dive into our new Operation Steel Wave update available now and take Ace and Malusi out for a spin.
A few days ago, we introduced y'all to a brand new multiplayer shooter. Now, it's time to venture into the Hyperscape.
Hyperscape. Esse jogo apareceu no, se eu não me engano, no evento da Sony, né? Esse é uma mina do Mirror's Edge.
What was that? A hack in a hyperscape. That's not supposed to be there. Well, let me get you all up to speed, okay? About 30 years ago, everything that we feared about our future started to come true. We made some good decisions. We made some bad decisions. Actually, we made a lot of bad decisions. So, here we are. 10 billion souls living in the crush of the megacities.
A live até agora, pelo amor de Deus, também esse evento. Prometeram Watch Dogs 2 pra quem logasse, mas ninguém consegue logar. Nada funciona. Tá dando erro no, tanto na Uplay quanto no site deles mesmo.
Your life. But strange things have been happening lately. Rumors of people getting hurt. Users disappearing from the real world. A darker secret lies at the heart of Hyperscape. And we have to find it. Some of us are searching for a way up. Some of us for a way out, and for others, a new way altogether. That's what brings us to the edge of the future, to the Hyperscape.
Bom game também, pareceu bem legal.
I'm JC, Creative Director on Hyperscape.
JC's work on Far Cry Primal and multiple Prince of Persia
Não,
titles.
particularmente eu não curto muito esse estilo de jogo. Eu vou muito Mirror's Edge e Dying Light, né? Eu não gosto de jogo de que você fica correndo, pulando em prédio, enfim.
Welcome to the Hyperscape.
The game takes place in 2054. It's in a future where humanity has grown a little darker. One of the companies there, they are launching what's called the Hyperscape, which is a virtual world and the internet of the future. It's the place where everything converges. Within the virtual world, there is a battle royale that takes place in the virtual city of Neo Arcadia.
Ah não, é Battle Royale isso aí, cara. Ah não, outro Battle Royale.
Then we also introduce a lot of new
Pelo amor de Deus, outro Battle Royale não, né?
Opportunity to do parkour on the rooftops, to go into interiors where it's much more narrow, much more stressful. You get to go to the landmarks where there's more opportunities to get cool items, but also more players, so it's a risk-reward kind of deal. We introduce the notion of hacks, special abilities that you can pick up on the fly to adapt your tactics. With hacks, you can do things like
E aguenta mais Battle Royale,
you
pelo
can
amor
wrap
de
yourself
Deus.
into a ball and bounce around the battlefield. So a lot of abilities that let you have fun, that are toys that you can play with. And finally, it's made as a spectacle, so all the viewers will be able to interact with the game on different levels through the Twitch extension. So every few minutes there's going to be a vote and viewers will be able to decide what effect they want to affect the whole battle. So things like changing the gravity, infinite ammo, or stuff like that. So players,
Os jogadores que estão na sessão vão conseguir decidir o que acontece nos eventos, né? Como mudar a gravidade, enfim. Provavelmente vão ter eventos que os jogadores vão votar durante a partida para poder ter algum acontecimento lá que muda, algum acontecimento global, né? Vai ter um Open Beta. Prometeu aí um Open Beta para os jogadores testarem. Esse é um novo Battle Royale aí da Ubisoft. Também não me interessa esse estilo de jogo, não. Passarei lindamente.
Let's show them what I'm made of. Go time. Watch closely. Here we go. Konotoshi.
Hyperscape.
The digital world of the Hyperscape gave our artists and developers incredible freedom when it came to designing characters.
Production manager Ana Maria Musca is going to take us behind the scenes of character design.
My name is Ana Maria Musca. I'm the production manager for characters and weapons on Hyperscape. We have paid an exceptional amount of detail to our characters. We switch different outfits, different fashion statements, different tattoos.
Nossa, até os personagens os caras tentaram copiar do Overwatch, velho. O cara parece o Lúcio ali.
You see them in game, you understand what their motivations are and what drives them and what challenges them. This was the first lineup of characters. This is our default base, but even starting from the hair down, everything has been meticulously thought of. Would this person actually like this type of outfit? Would this person enjoy the type of tattoos that we're putting on them? Will they actually like to be in this body? Each season, we plan to produce new outfits for these characters. So we're hoping some of our players are gonna see the effort and maybe even correlate some of the accessories to what's gonna happen in the game. We're very excited to see it in people's hands.
As we move into the next generation of gaming, Ubisoft has been working closely with console makers to take advantage of all the extraordinary capabilities these new consoles will offer.
Now we have a special guest to tell us a little more.
Hey everyone.
Oh, Phil Spencer. Vamos ver aqui se vai ter. O que vai ter?
UBISOFT is supporting smart delivery. So
vai falar do Smart Delivery.
Version of the game on any version of Xbox you're playing on. On Series X, you'll get to take advantage of the amazing work the team has done with DirectX ray tracing to create an absolutely immersive version of London like you've never seen before.
Legal.
UBISOFT has a unique ability to create immersive worlds, setting a new bar that continues to drive our industry forward. I'm a huge fan of Assassin's Creed. I love the time I've spent exploring the world in Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and I can't wait for you to see the gameplay from Assassin's Creed Valhalla that's coming up now.
Então aqui o trailer do Assassin's Creed Valhalla, já mostraram. Abriu. Falou sobre o Watch Dogs Legion, que vai ser um título que vai ser disponibilizado no Smart Delivery da Microsoft. Então você vai conseguir jogar com a melhor versão do título, dependendo do console que tiver, né? No Xbox Series X vai ter acesso ao Ray Tracing. Esse título, se eu não me engano, acho que vai ser 30 frames, 30 FPS, né? Pelo que eles comentaram. Bem legal, parece a série Vikings mesmo, né? Eu curti.
And kind of separate ourselves from the myths and the folklore is really something that drove us to make this game. The team went to Norway and England to take the same roads that the Vikings did, to really experience what it meant to be a Viking at that time. And then leaving Norway, which is barren but majestic, and just coming by boat in England and see those rolling green hills full of sheep, full of life, is just this moment that most likely the Vikings felt as well. You need to see this land of opportunity. And this is exactly the feeling we want players to experience in this game. It is a personal adventure, you know, it is the story of Eivor, a Viking chieftain. Eivor is either a male or a female. You decide when you start the game. They will have to leave Norway to settle in England because you just can't live in Norway anymore. There's too much political pressure, no resources available. Obviously in England, it's full of Anglo-Saxons and other people, and they don't really want you there. So you will have to fight your way there to kind of build your own settlement.
Você vai começar o jogo na Noruega, né? Então os desenvolvedores, os diretores criativos foram todos para a Noruega para experienciar, né? Como os Vikings viviam. E aí você vai ser o Eivor. E onde a Noruega aí tá em conflito político, social, e ele vai tentar expandir o mundo dos Vikings e indo para a Inglaterra, só que lá eles encontram os anglo-saxões, né? Começam a guerrear com os anglo-saxões. É bem parecido com a história mesmo dos Vikings. E a expansão da raça, né? Achei bem legal a skin do personagem.
We are very happy to finally be able to show you the game we've all been working on. So please enjoy.
Agora, como é que o cara desse tamanho vai ficar stealth pra poder ser um assassino? Vai ser engraçado, né? O cara é gigante, velho. Gostei bastante da ambientação, bem... Realmente parece bem universo viking mesmo. Conseguiram criar, parece uma ambientação bem legal. Aliás, acho que essa é uma característica bem legal do de todos os Assassin's Creed desde o começo, né? Que é conseguir criar um universo e criar um mundo bem fiel a história, representando a história. Eles têm um grupo de historiador bem legal para fazer esse tipo de coisa, né? Bom, tanto no Origins quanto no Odyssey. O Odyssey eu não joguei ainda, mas eu vi alguns vídeos. O Origins eu peguei até a platina no PS4. E é muito, muito fiel ao Egito Antigo e Alexandria, né? Que é a parte da Grécia, lá um pouco da Grécia, a expansão, né, do Império Grego, escravizando os egípcios, enfim. É bem fiel historicamente os acontecimentos. Eles fazem um trabalho muito bacana quando fala de Assassin's Creed, quando fala dessa parte mais histórica, né? Então, graficamente ele lembra bastante o Odyssey e o Origins, né? Parece não ter tanta... Parece ser um jogo cross-gen, né? Mas não parece ter tanta evolução, pelo menos aqui olhando na transmissão. Lógico que tem compressão do vídeo e tal, mas não me parece algo que muda tanto do Origins e do Odyssey.
It will serve as a record of the allies you have made, and a guide for future opportunities. The Viking Age was a time of warriors and legends. In Valhalla, you will find the largest variety of enemies ever assembled in an Assassin's Creed game. Every archetype offers a unique challenge. Some will coordinate with their allies for special attacks, while others will use nearby objects to their advantage, including the bodies of fallen warriors. To face these attacks, you must find and exploit your opponent's weaknesses to gain the upper hand. Take the fight to your foes with a host of brutal new combat abilities. Snare them with Viking
caraca!
Pummel them with throwing axes. Incapacitate them with the new stun system to keep them at a distance.
Bom, isso não tinha nos outros, né? Colocaram uma finalização. Os menus também estão iguais, bem parecido. Isso já tinha também nos outros.
Customize your fighting style as you see fit and become a legendary Viking warrior.
Parece que aqui você não vai conseguir ser stealth não sei, vamos ver se eles vão mostrar alguma mecânica de stealth, talvez, né, mas o foco tá sendo bem no combate, né. Olha que legal. Aí ó, agora vai falar stealth, vamos ver. Bom, isso aí é o... quem tem todos, né. Que é você entrar na multidão e ficar ali escondido. Mecânica de blend. Eles nem deixaram muito a parte stealth, não tem muita melhoria pra fazer, provavelmente vai ser igual aos outros. E o foco é no combate aqui e na exploração. Nossa, bem bacana. Bem bacana. Search pagan temples and Roman ruins for new activities and challenges to strengthen yourself and your settlement. The more you explore, the more of England's secrets. A mecânica da águia, né? Provavelmente você vai poder usar para identificar inimigo, identificar ponto de interesse. Assault, você vai conseguir controlar uma tropa e algo como Shadow of War faz. Você provavelmente vai ter uma construção de exército aqui para você poder fazer um assalto em alguma fortaleza, em algum ponto de algum forte inimigo. Popin. Me parece que esse aí não tem. Eles não estão fazendo fake não, o trailer, porque apareceram vários popins ali, que é de costume dos jogos da Ubi. Agora que mostrou o mapa. Esse jogo tá bem bacana, mas já tinham mostrado, né? Eu tô ansioso para ver alguma coisa sobre Beyond Good and Evil, que eles mostraram na E3 de 2018, se eu não me engano, e não falaram mais nada do jogo até então.
9th century England is truly unlike anything the franchise has seen before. Assassin's Creed Valhalla will release this holiday season on Xbox Series X, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, PS4, PC, and Stadia.
Para todas as plataformas, basicamente. Vai lançar no final do ano.
I hope you will have enjoyed what you have seen today, and that you will love playing these games. I am proud of our teams for delivering an ambitious, broad, and creative lineup of games. And we haven't shown you everything yet. In fact, we have a lot more to come. So you will have another UBISOFT Forward to reveal even more about our upcoming games. But before ending this show, we have one more thing to share with you.
Bom, vamos ver aqui. Mais uma coisa. Será que é o Beyond? Não. Ah, Far Cry 6. Bom, esperado. Giancarlo Esposito. É o Gus, né? Será que vai ter algum gameplay pra gente ver se tá igual aos outros? Se eles reformularam, enfim. Mas tá bem legal. As cores, ó. Esse vermelho, achei bem da hora. Far Cry 6. Cara, eu não tenho muito hype por Far Cry, mas é um jogo que eu gostava bastante de jogar, principalmente o 3, o 4, né? Mas depois, papuçada de jogar isso aqui.
It's beautiful. Perfect, but useless. I have something for you. Give me that.
Dieguito.
Papa. Now,
Caraca.
the grenade is simple. It has 4 basic parts. The shell, which contains the explosive, the fuse, the handle, and of course, the pin.
What are you doing?
Eita, loucão.
The pin simply holds the handle in place. It is only when you let go that this grenade goes boom. Follow me. Now.
Caraca, moleque.
I am El Presidente, which means that someday you will be El Presidente. And our people, they do not know how to be happy. They are torn apart by opinions, noise, indecision.
Ó, o jogo pelo idioma aqui vai se passar em algum país latino, né? Talvez México, enfim. É espanhol, fascista.
you say, do, believe, will be wrong.
O moleque tá em choque com a granada sem o pino na mão. Soltou, morreu.
They will answer you with screams. Call you evil. A monster. And give you this. So you tell me, are you evil?